Good evening, everyone. My name is Akshit, and I was born on 15th August 1999. And as my family say, it was the day when you actually got independence from your mother's womb. And so, growing up, life was pretty simple for me. Work hard, get good grades, and make your parents proud. And so I was doing that. But during all this time, what what angered me was I was first school became a rat race, then my college became a rat race, then came placements, then jobs, then a better job, and eventually, apparently, my hobby became chasing. I was chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing and whatnot. A time came, I was chasing everything, but I forgot to chase the one thing which was me. I was not building my personality. So, coming to my school years, I was never a noisy kid. I was a silent kid. I was a kid who knew the answer to the teacher's question. And I silently prayed that teacher should not ask me the question. Okay. So, and have you ever felt that when teacher was shouting in the class, who will come on the stage? Who will come on the stage? And there were two kind of children in that class. Number one, who will raise their hand? I will come back. I will come. I will come. And there were other who will look here, there, scratch their heads. And I actually fall in the category three. I had an upper game in this. What I would do is I would drop a pen and will try to look here and there where my pen goes, where my pen went away, until I will search for it until the teacher found this volunteer. So this was my way of actually skipping off coming onto the stage. Coming to my college years. College again gave me a chance to speak on the stage. I came from Swami Keshwaran Institute of Technology, Jagatpura. It has its own Toastmasters club. Every Wednesday that club happened. And every Wednesday I had the free time. Every Wednesday I walked past that club. Every Wednesday I said to myself that next week, I'll join this club from next week. And I don't know how many next weeks are there in a year, but I used all of them. I never joined the club. So, utilizing that time, since I never joined the club, I had to utilize the time somewhere. And I utilized that time in gadgets, computers. Computers became my best friends because computers would never interrupt me. They would never judge me, and even if they fail, I can restart them again. I believe, and I wish social anxiety could be such. I thought if we can do the same thing with social anxiety, that would be very great. So, with this obsession of computers and gadgets came a very good thing in my life, and that was movies. I watched 200 plus movies in a year, and I was obsessed about it. And one day my brother called, "Hey bro, what will you do? Why don't you try a book? Why don't you read a book?" And he gifted me the first book, Autobiography of a Yogi, and I used that book. And honestly, I felt that I would skip it after 5 or 10 pages, and I'm just reading it for the sake of, because he gifted me that book. But that book stayed with me, and with that stayed the hobby of reading books. So yes, I am passionate about literature. And after all these things, my school years passed, my college years passed, an important moment happened a few months back in my life. It was a moment when I was attending an offsite of my company, It was a 3 days offsite. 110 people attended that offsite, and we all were strangers. But over the course of 3 days, they all became friends. They were coming on the stage, chattering about it. They became good friends, but not me. What happened was, and at the third day, our our company's boss came onto the stage and he said, "Who will come on the stage?" And again, I was looking for the virtual pen I have dropped somewhere. I was looking, where is it? Where is it? And the school years hit me again. I was again frightened of the very same thing. That night, when I went to my room, I asked myself this question: Akshit, why is it happening again and again? You are fearful of the same thing. So that question stick with me, and that is the question whose answer I'm trying to find here in JVC. So lastly, I would say the topic of my speech today is finding myself. And with that, I am not trying to become a new person. I am trying to find a version of me that was lost in the course of these 25 years because of this fear. So today, I am still shivering, I am still very nervous, but my fear is sitting on the seats and I am standing on the stage here. Thank you.
Toastmaster Akshit, the first best time to work on yourself was during the time you were in college. The second best is now. And congratulations, you have made this step towards it. Today I got to see the speech which was full of confidence, full of smile on the face of speaker, and a few things which I would like to highlight about the speaker are that the speaker, Toastmaster Akshit, got a good amount of hand gestures, a good understanding of where to use what kind of hand gesture and when to smile, when to use the voice modulation. For example, when he was telling when he was telling his school story, he used a good voice modulation by asking the question that who is going to come on the stage, who is going to come on the stage, or something like that. So that showed that you got a good understanding about how your words can draw the attention of the audience. Second thing, you got amazing storytelling skills with a pinch of humor as well. Because when you were telling the story to the audience, it was feeling that we are there in that moment, feeling about all the scenarios in the class and getting to see you hiding from the questions of the teacher. So that was a good part. I liked it. There are some recommendations which I would like to give you are, so first of all, for the understanding of audience, the purpose of icebreaker again is to showcase the starting and the current of yours. So some of the things which are included in this journey, in the speech, are that what's your family background, how your upbringing has been since now, what was the one moment which changed the entire direction for your life, and apart from that, what are your visions for future, what are you doing currently. So these are some of the questions which can be and must be answered in the icebreaker speech to have a better understanding about the speaker. So you could have improved a bit more on that. Apart from that, another but small recommendation is that whenever you were speaking, you were looking down on the stage or on the ceiling. So try to follow the techniques suggested by Toastmaster Rohit by looking at the back end at the right or at the left, so that you can better build the trust to the audience. Because whenever you made eye contact with the speaker, with the audience sitting in the stage, you add a strong pillar of trust to your words. Lastly, you got a good confidence, and I want you to be here giving more speeches. And in the end, I would like to only say that let the fears sit in the room and watch you getting independence from the stage fear and your communication. So that's all from my side.